Emerge from their tunnel, and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Burrow will throw. Caught right side, Tate. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. And they go play action now. Burrow.
He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Burrow. This is caught by Tate. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's...
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Auden Tate, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down. This, the 2nd meeting of these 2 teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Green. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
To throw is Green. Throwing on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. A give. This is Chubb. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll look to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Handoff comes to Chubb. Shreds the tackle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Green dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Green.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bengals grab it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, the right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because so many things coming at you, you got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
A give. Dobbins trying the right side.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Burrow. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Sisco.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A run for Nick Chubb. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back to throw. Green.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
And that's caught. It's the tight end, Tyler Davis.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Green.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Chubb.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Chubb again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And here's Joseph Charlton now.
Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. The Cleveland offense ready to go. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose That little touch pass, they saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Second and 8.
They'll look to throw again. He's gotten a joker over the middle.
And the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here first and 10. Here's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. He completes it to Tate. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Burrow on play action. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Again, it's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Indeed, Coach. Thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least in the foreseeable future. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Following the penalty, Chubb shreds him with a stiff arm. And down he'll go at the 25.
92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Green. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Off play action. Green. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. Whatever the discussions are at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll find Eskridge here complete.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Back to throw again. They set up the screen to Chubb, and he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Chris Barnes.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
113 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Now Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They'll run with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Off the play fake. Green. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And can you believe it? He misses another one. His 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And some room to maneuver. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Green.
Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And take it right on the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. Now Burrow on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. Touchdown, Bengals. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. It oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
At the 20-yard line.
Looking to throw. Green. Gets this one to Morris. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep or protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 6-yard line.
They go play action with Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
First down, Bengals.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Going to throw right side here, complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Sisco.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.